Hello and welcome back. In our previous videos, we learned about sampling concepts and different types of sampling designs. In this video, we will discuss the steps to identify sample size. Perhaps determination of sample size is the most nagging concern of many researchers. Researchers may arbitrarily decide the size of sample without giving any explicit consideration to the accuracy of sample results. This arbitrary approach should be avoided if the research is to be scientific exercise. For example, consider a researcher wants to study the magnitude of loyalty in a supermarket. Is there any sound logic to decide the sample size, or can it be taken as per the whims and fancies of the researcher? The size of a sample depends upon the basic characteristics of the population, the type of information required from the survey, and the cost involved in it. Therefore, a sample may vary in size for several reasons. The sample selection must follow some empirical rules. Researcher must account for three important aspects in identifying the number of samples. First is the variability of the population. It is addressed through population standard deviation. The higher the variability as measured by the population standard deviation, the larger would be the size of the samples required. Standard deviation of the population is known from previous studies or that can be obtained from a pilot study. Second one is the confidence attached to the estimate. It's a matter of judgment. How much confidence you want to attach to your estimate as a researcher. The higher the confidence the researcher wants for the estimate, the larger will be sample size. A thumb rule is to set this value as 95%, that is 5% significance level. The third aspect is the allowable error or margin of error. This implies that how accurate do we want our estimate to be. It's again a matter of judgment of the researcher. If the researcher seeks greater precision and accuracy in the result of the study, the resulting sample size would be large. This is also expressed as a percentage. Let's see how to estimate sample size when population is unknown, that is infinite. The formula used in this regard is n is equal to z square into sigma base p square, the whole divided by e square, where n is equal to the sample size, z is equal to the table value of z at a given confidence interval, usually at 95%, and sigma base p is the population standard deviation, e represents margin of errors. Now, let's see how to estimate sample size when population is known, that is finite. N is equal to z square multiplied by capital N into sigma base p square, the whole divided by n minus 1 into e square plus z square into sigma base p square, where the capital N represents population size. Let's summarize what we have learned in this video. We have learned how to identify sample size when population is finite and infinite. We are also familiar with some terminologies associated with sample size selection.